when you first called me, bro, and you was talking to me about the initiative to raise funds for Annie Malone, it really messed with me because, I've been focusing on helping to bring her legacy to light for several months, and then talk to you and come to find out, the same thing was happening with you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ron Boulder presented me with the opportunity to really spearhead a campaign that had a lot to do with correcting Black history. And you don't oftentimes get to see men take the charge for Black women in history. It's normally Black women taking the charge for us. They've led a lot of campaigns from civic involvement to civil rights, and it's time that we do the same thing to show Black women that we genuinely believe that their legacy should be honored as well.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a couple of things that we really do need to make sure y'all get right. Yes, Annie Malone was worth $14 million in the 1920s. But let's really put some respect on that name when you say that, because you're not really getting the sheer magnitude of what she did. Not only was she the first millionaire, she was also the first women millionaire. I'm sorry. Not only was she the first female millionaire, but she was the first Black female millionaire. And her net worth is the equivalent of $259 million by today's standards. So that makes her $250 million. So when you say that she's worth $14 million in the 1920s, I think we really need to kind of ensure that we touch on that so that people don't fly by. Because it seems kind of like commonplace, like, oh, she was just worth $14 million.
She was just worth $14 million, yeah. But that was huge, man. That was a lot of money. And in fact, who else can we say was worth that much? That was especially African Americans, but specifically women at the time.
Oh my! And
this was going on during the time of women's suffrage. Women couldn't even vote when Annie Malone had been training over 100,000 people to sell these products and they have a business for themselves. Women couldn't even vote, and this woman was building an empire.
Yeah, and a lot of people are unaware that, her counterparts, like you said, they could only get menial jobs like washers or laundress. And the funny thing is the women that she employed made 10 times what their counterparts made in that particular time. So while a lot of people, I think, incorrectly compare her to Oprah, now don't get me wrong, she did monumentous things, I think she's more comparable to Estee Lauder or Mary Kay when we really look at the magnitude of that's the blueprint that she really set for those businesses.
Man, when you say Mary Kay, you're right, especially because, and even Estee Lauder, but Mary Kay specifically because Annie Malone invented the party plan system that Mary Kay, that Amway, that Organo Gold, or any of these companies that we can go on and talk about these companies. But today is the $5 jewelry, right? So these people are all standing on the shoulders of Annie Malone, who invented a business model that today, I said before, is worth $180 billion a year globally. And, I made multiple 7 figures from her business model. And today I will continue. I'll continue to do this, but I'm doing it now with a sense of respect to Annie Malone. And I've shifted my gears from focusing on like joining the companies to, getting our people to know what this is and to own the companies like she did.
Absolutely. When you really think about what she did, she is the embodiment of group economics. She is the embodiment of giving back. She is the embodiment of, if you want to create opportunities for your people, then you have to create opportunities within the community that you serve. And to develop products that, to this day, still have an effect on our households and our history and our tradition, because let's just be honest, like your hair says everything about you.
Well, your hair's saying a lot, brother. I don't have nothing left.
Yeah, this is that. Maybe you should get some of that Miracle Magic Grow that Annie used to have.
I need to get that formula.
But if we do find it, we'll be great. I just can't believe like how amazing, what her true contributions were. And it was really, it's kind of frustrating when you watch that self-made documentary and you continue to learn more and more about her, because you realize like they got so much wrong. And we live in a world now where people believe fake news.
Fake news.
So you are going to be affecting generations of people with this movie that is not factual at all. And I'm just glad that we live in an opportune time where we get to correct our narratives. I mean, 100 years ago, we wouldn't be able to correct this narrative. Like, how is it that we never knew about her in school?
Yeah.
Like, you learn about Harriet, you learn about all these other people, but...
And we both marched in the parade.
Facts.
Without knowing with her name's on the banners. With the parade the original parade route. Now, did you start marching in the parade when it was going down Natural Bridge, or when it was the original parade route?
No, when it was going down Natural Bridge.
So the original parade route, you remember, it was it started up on Page, and it went all the way down Page, I think from Page and Union, down Newstead Avenue, and then it came over Newstead and to Kennerly, and then turned right on Kennerly. Yeah, brother. And then it went down and ended up in front of Annie Malone Children's Home. That's where the grandstand was and the judges. Yeah. So it actually came through the hood. And when I was a child growing up, man, I mean, it was my dream to get in that parade. And I wanted to march with the Lancers, and I ended up marching with them. And I wanted to march with Sumner, and I ended up marching with them too. But that parade was everything to us. It still is to this day. Whether it was coming down Page and through the Ville neighborhood, or coming down Natural Bridge, or now it actually comes down the main streets of downtown St. Louis. What the parade means to the children's home is what this is really all about.
And I think the other beautiful thing about really who she was as a person, a lot of people don't realize that building that stands there now is the third building of 3 that was created. She donated like $10,000 to have that one made, which by today's standards is the equivalent of somebody donating $156,000 to have a building made. I don't know about you. I know a lot of people that are in the beauty industry that have done pretty well for themselves, but I don't know anybody that's in a position to where they're not only giving, but they're giving large sums of money to have buildings built to take care of those that cannot take care of themselves. And I think just that within itself, man, just to understand the sheer magnitude of what she was worth, she was invaluable to our story, our legacy, and I'm glad that, I've been able to converse with someone like you and come together to make sure we tell the story the right way.
Man, I mean, she brought us together, and she's bringing all of us together to continue to work. We have to do this. You're a big old crybaby. I'm gonna put this out here on video. Whoever's watching this right now, Jamaal is a crybaby, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I am too. But Annie Malone has touched both of our hearts and made both of us cry and feel the agony of her legacy not being known. But it started that way, and now it's really about doing the work that she set her hands to do.
I agree. I think what she really taught us is no matter what the circumstances are, no matter the conditions that you're living in, if we pull together our resources and focus on what we can do for one another, we'll always be fine. We can take care of us if we support us. So she showed us the model. So let's band together and bring together our funds to make this happen. So now the next step is for whoever you are, wherever you are, to donate what you can, when you can, wherever you can. And the best way to donate is through our Bold Moves Worldwide Cash App. That's BOLDMOVES WORLDWIDE. That's Bold Moves Worldwide on Cash App. And on PayPal, it's boldmovesgives@gmail.com. So that's BOLDGIVES@gmail.com. All of these proceeds will be donated directly to Annie Malone Child Family Services. So again, whatever you can, whenever you can. And if you can't give, then please just share, because it will go a long way.
I am Annie Malone.